Hello and the warmest of welcomes to your local part of the show, live from Newcastle. This weekend, Theresa May defends her record on transport investment in the North East to me. We have an exclusive interview with the Prime Minister coming up. And we report from Teesside on claims that North East pensioners living in sheltered housing could be forced out of their homes by a new cap on housing benefit. We're discussing that and all this week's party conference news, including the selection of yet another new UKIP leader, is City of Durham Labour MP Roberta Blackman-Woods and UKIP's North East Euro MP Jonathan Arnott. Welcome to you both. Jonathan Arnott, fourth leader in a year, Henry Bolton. Is he the right man to help your party recover from what's been a pretty bruising 12 months?
Well, I sincerely hope so. He has got an incredibly difficult task ahead of him to take a party from the situation that he finds it in and to turn it into that thriving, vibrant political party that UKIP should be, that popular voice standing up against the establishment. You know, that is not going to be very easy to get from where we are now.
Are you convinced he can do it?
I believe he can. I mean, we'll see. It's obviously going to be difficult for him to do, but it's going to be starting right from the beginning. He needs to tear an awful lot of things up and start again, and we need to make sure that we've got the right message, the right tone, and being positive and going out there and making sure that we make a positive case for what we stand for, not what we stand against.
Well, coming to that, I mean, obviously he won, but second with the votes of a fifth of your membership was Anne-Marie Waters, whose views on Muslims in particular, among other things, you found so repugnant you probably would have, well, you would have left the party if she'd been elected. Those people are still in the party who voted for her.
Do you know what? Actually, over the last 24 hours, I've seen a lot of people who were her strongest backers actually resign from the party. And I've seen people who'd left the party coming back and joining the party again and saying, actually, they believe now that perhaps there is a glimmer of hope for the future, that UKIP might be that party that it should be.
Would you like those people to leave who supported her?
Well, not necessarily everybody who supported her, but certainly those of her most prominent backers, those who were pushing that particular agenda. I'm sure some people have fallen for some of the things that she said, some of the so-called facts that she's come out with when she said that 60% of Muslim men are economically inactive, and that's simply not true. It's absolutely untrue. So there are people who might have fallen for that. I certainly want those people to still be in the party. But the people who are egging on, pushing that agenda, then I'm actually glad to see some of them leave.
Jonathan Arnott, surprisingly, the Prime Minister wasn't going to hand me a cheque for Metro investment at that moment. But you could see at least that the issue of transport investment is on the Prime Minister's agenda. It's in her mind. We are talking, a significant amount of money here. She has demands from all around the country. Is it, isn't it fair enough to consider carefully before you commit taxpayers' money?
Of course you should consider things carefully before committing taxpayers' money, but she's been Prime Minister for quite a while now, and the Conservatives have been in government for a very long time. So surely they should have made these decisions already. We're very clear about what we should do. We should be scrapping HS2, which just isn't going to provide the value for money, and make sure that money is going
It'll leave the East Coast Main Line with a tremendous problem of filling capacity.
Well, actually, you only have to look at what say is being done with regard to electrification and upgrade of trains, which is actually making a big difference. So you can upgrade existing lines and make a big difference. But the sheer amount of money that you're talking on HS2 is huge. Okay. I actually say back in this region, you look at Tees Valley Airport, and you look at the planning application and everything. That needs to have another look taken at that. You need to make sure that you're upgrading rail and the roads in this region. There's an awful lot to do. We've got to put the money in, and we know where we can find it.
Jonathan Arnott, housing associations, of course, very effective lobbyists, and why not? But this is taxpayers' money, billions poured into housing benefit. If money can be saved, it should be looked at, shouldn't it?
Do you know what? This is just disgusting. It's exactly why I could not be a Tory. And you have to say, things did spiral out of control with the last Labour government, and I have no problem with them wanting to bring spending under control, but it is the poor and the vulnerable in society who are being hammered the hardest. Would it be so hard to make sure that we exempt those who have disabilities, pensioners, and those in sheltered accommodation? Of course, you can make sure that there are those exemptions in place, but what the Conservatives do is they announce the policy first before thinking who are poor and vulnerable, who need to be helped. And well, they should be thinking about that first.
OK.